believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe that we are okay. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. You know the way. What's going on, y'all? Sunday. Before y'all start getting all melancholy and sad because a lot of y'all have to go back to work tomorrow, just remember that each day is a blessing and you have this whole day still left over, to get things together. So everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. Hopefully, I'm going to hope and pray that it does for you. And hopefully you hope and pray for me that mine does too, because I need it just as much as you need it. But I'll give it just as much as you give it, maybe a little bit more. Everything don't have to be balanced. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun Show, we are talking about coming back around, apologizing without apologizing. Probably not even sorry. Apologizing without apologizing. Have you ever had a falling out with somebody? A serious falling out with somebody to where y'all wasn't talking for a little while? You may have decided that y'all needed a serious breather, or maybe you thought it was more than a breather. Maybe you thought that, this might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. This might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm not messing with that person no more. I don't have no words for them. I'm tired of it. I've been putting up with this for a long time, or they came out of left field and hit you with a bomb that you never expected that they would ever do before. Sometimes people surprise you when you think that you know them and you find out that you don't know them as well as you thought that you knew them. It happens. But sometimes people, when people are away from each other for an extended period of time, and let me explain, an extended period of time can be anywhere from a couple of days, because y'all may have been so used to being with each other, being around each other, talking to each other, interacting with each other, doing business with each other, that a couple of days really felt like a couple of months to y'all. It can be any time from a couple of days to maybe even a couple of years. But the bottom line is they show up out of nowhere like, yo, hey, I was just calling to see how you was doing. Or, the infamous, oh, yo, I heard your mom was sick. Or I heard that your dad passed. Or I heard that I'm just trying to reach out. I'm just letting you know that if you need me, but they never acknowledge what happened between the two of y'all. And sometimes it works. Sometimes if people will catch you, they'll catch you in your vulnerable state. They'll catch you at those times. Let's say one of your parents pass away, or somebody's in the hospital. It ain't looking good, and they caught wind of it. They've been checking on you anyway. They've been asking people about you on the low. They've been making sure that they know what you're doing, whatever. And they waited for the right time. And it's not to say that they don't care about whatever is going on with you, but they took that time. They waited until that time, no matter how long ago it was or how long it took between the time it was that y'all had falling out till now. They waited all the way until they know that, you're on calf legs. You're a little weak. You're probably a little bit more amenable and agreeable to putting the band back together, or at least hearing them out. And that's assuming that the falling out was all of their fault from your point of view, because it can be a situation where you felt like there was some wrongdoing or some fault on both sides, and you thought that we should have been able to work this out, but y'all didn't. Both of y'all, one of y'all went this way. Yeah, well, whatever, man. I see you when I see you. And one of y'all went this way. Well, shoot, she started it. Last time, he started it. Last time we was together, you know how it goes. You know how it goes. Anyway, a lot of time has passed and they came back into your life and now they talking, they asking how this person doing, asking how your children doing. Now, those plants that you used to have, they still alive? You still have the same car? Do you drive? Did you ever go back to school? Yo, I mean, y'all still cool? I know you were saying that you was moving soon. You still in the same place? Yeah, well, you still got hair on your feet? They coming back around, apologizing without apologizing. Sometimes they might give you the apology, but it's not really an apology. Like, yeah, you know what? It's messed up what happened between us, but in these times, that's when you really realize who is there for you and who is. They might even take the victim role. Yeah, anybody ever come back around you apologizing without apologizing, but they playing the victim role? You know, when you was out of my life, when you was out of my life, when you wasn't around, when you was out of my life, that's when I realized, everybody just wears a disguise. They not really down with you. They act like they are, but you was the real star. I just wish things between us would be different. I wish you would have went another way. So I picked up the phone and now I'm calling you today. If you need anything, let me know. If you need anything, let me know. Yo, your mom died, I'ma fry some chicken, baby. Yo, your mom passed, I'ma fry some chicken. I'ma bring around some pans of the macaroni and cheese and the potato salad. Apologizing without apologizing. Acknowledging without acknowledging. Giving details without explaining. Giving details without explaining. Do y'all know what we talking about today? Do you understand? Do you know what I'm saying? What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling today? Who is in the house? Grown woman, don't try me. What's good? T carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And also, Kareem. Oh, my man, Kareem Akbar Muhammad says you rocking the gold. Rocking the gold. Y'all know I'm on the weekends. I'm rocking, you know what I mean? I let the change drip. Okay. But yeah, that's what we talking about today, y'all. That's what we talking about today. Apology, coming back around, apologizing without apologizing. Maybe sorry, maybe not. Maybe they sorry about what they did. Maybe they not. Well, these situations can really go left sometimes. Because if you're looking for an apology and somebody doesn't really give apologies, so you trying to get them to reach way deep down inside of themselves to pull out what you say that they did wrong. And they might be the type of person that never admits any wrongdoing. Like try to get Donald Trump to apologize. Good luck with that. Yo, them 5 boys did not rape that woman and kill her. So y'all say they didn't. DNA evidence exonerated all 5. What you gonna do about that? 4-5, 4-7. Well, we gonna do it like this. Gonna let bygones be bygones instead. But at the time, everybody thought they did it. Why y'all on mine? I ain't apologize for shit. At the time, I meant that shit. And a lot of people meant it too. That's the DA, yeah. That's what we're talking about. So We good? We good? Let's do this intro. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday afternoon from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should. Also, so we're talking about coming around apologizing without apologizing, to come around apologizing without apologizing, 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 with your apology. You ain't saying sorry to me. Come around apologizing without apologizing, come around apologizing without apologizing, come around apologizing without apologizing. What the hell is going on? What was going on? I said, come around apologizing without apologizing, come around apologizing without apologizing, come around apologizing without apologizing. You ain't saying sorry to me. Ain't how it be. What we gonna do today? Yo, yeah, I heard you was around my way, asking everybody around me except for self, what's going on? Dude, my health, yo, my mental health, my emotional health is very important, just like it is your wealth. So I'm trying to make sure that I stack my cash as far as feeling good. Pheromones, you last, not pheromones. I'm talking about pituitary gland. You know what I'm talking about? That's the feel good hormone, man. Yo, we gonna make it right now. Yo, going back down. Everything is gonna be cool. You niggas wanna cut the fool. What's the deal, yo? How you feel, yo? Yo, sometimes the situations ain't real, yo. I don't understand it all the time, but I know all crime can't be committed, can't be exonerated. Yo, sometimes I like it and sometimes I hate it. I've waited all my life to just get right. Yo, a lot of sleepless nights. Yeah, I was worried about the wrong things, King. But not a damn thing could ever come between me and you now. So I'm making sure no matter what happens, I'm down like a submarine, keep my sleeves clean. Yo, rub them off with the cloth, go off. Yeah, we was thick as thieves. Now we a part of Can't Believe that you coming back through. That you sold me out. Yo, fuck you. We gonna get it started now. Yo, everybody ready now? I know I am. Yo, we rising just like a star. I think about the halls and walls, the balls that flow up in my drawers. I ain't hitting none today. Yo, say this way. Yo, everything is good, baby. No if and no maybe. Just trying to not go crazy. Being all mad makes me sad. Peace to all that passed on. Yo, I wish they were still on, but the life goes on. For all of y'all, I like to warn. Tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. Whether it's you ugly or you real hottie, I never ever caught a body. Hopefully I can get through the life without being right. Let's go with it, yo. Everything is good. You're about to get it, yo. Success is very imminent. Yo, in it to win it. All right, look, let's go, yo. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So do y'all understand the premise of what we talking about? Do y'all understand exactly what we're talking about? Coming back around, apologizing without apologizing, and probably not even sorry. Probably not even sorry. So you had a falling out with somebody. Y'all used to be cool like that. Y'all was brown. That was your right hand man. This is my right. This is my right arm. This is my right hand, but this is probably y'all left. Yeah. You know how it is. Sometimes you have a falling out with somebody that you can't just pick up the phone and put back and repair like that. Sometimes you gotta ride it out for a little while. Because they did some shit that was more than just disrespectful. They did some things that were impactful. Impactful. In other words, you ever find out or really feel like somebody said some things to you or did some things to you that totally undermine you, and it makes you feel like that was the way that they always felt, and they're not even trying to explain their way out of it, not at the time. But those are the same people that want to come back around, 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 come back around. Yeah. So that's what we talking about today, y'all. What's up? What's up? Hold on. We good. We good. What we got? Stacy White. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Buttercup 25. I didn't see you there. You know what I mean? Y'all sometimes y'all slip through the numbers. I mean through the comments. Like I'm gonna squeeze right here in between these comments. But yeah, coming back around, apologizing without apologizing. So on the poll question, as y'all can see, how many people we got? Okay, 12 votes on the poll question. Not bad, not bad. Please make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Por favor. Hit the like button. It helps the channel. You know what I mean? Right now, we a little light on the likes. I need to get a little heavy. I needed to weigh down that side of the seesaw. Okay, the poll question is, do you require someone to apologize to you when they have done you wrong? Or will gifts or whatever, gifts or money do? Because with a lot of people, some people don't require no apology. They just, you know, I mean, what says that I apologize more than you hit my Cash App, hit my PayPal, hit my Venmo, you got my deposit number, yo. Got my bank information. Just go ahead and put some money in there. I know you're sorry. I know you're sorry. They say that love is a verb. It's an action word. So what action says that we still cool or I still care about you more than throwing some money all up in the account? You know what I mean? This is something you can use. This is an apology that'll not only soothe your mind, but put some pants on your behind. That's what we doing. And for some people, that might be okay. For some people, it might be okay. The thing is, you have to understand that if you accept that in your life, then you have effectively cut out effective communication. You know, so you have given somebody the green light to circumvent how your feelings may be and basically not even acknowledge your feelings and not acknowledge what they've done. They've just been able to pay their way back in. So it's like, yeah, I got kicked out of the club, but I came back the next weekend with my $20, $30, and you know what I mean, I'm back in the club. So I can get drunk and step on somebody's shoes or whatever and get put and act like I ain't do nothing wrong and get into a fight, and I could do the same thing week after week after week. So that's one of the problems with that. The other thing is, it also gives a person a chance to realize that you're just a materialistic person. So no matter how they treat you, no matter what they do to you, all they gotta do is dangle the carrot in front of the mule, and the mule is gonna plow the fields. And the mule is you. My peoples, Mr. Overflow, what's good? Haven't seen you here in a while, man. It's good to see you without a dig it out. Dig it out. And my brother from another mother, Norris Hill, sit back, relax, do your thing, max and chill. Good to see you, my dude. Good to see you. So look at that. Do you require someone to apologize when they have done you wrong, or will gifts or money do? I didn't have enough characters to write in money, but I figured y'all would understand. All right, so let me see how we doing so far. So yeah, you have to apologize to come back. 25% said that not an apology, but recognize it in a way. In other words, you might not have to say I'm sorry, but you have to at least be like, like that was I'm sorry for what happened. Like that's a way of acknowledging without apologizing. I'm sorry for what happened. I'm sorry things didn't go well with us. I wish things could have been different. I wish I wish this would have happened instead of that would have happened. That's acknowledging it without exactly giving any accountability to either person. And for some people, that might piss them off. And for other people, that might be okay. Because sometimes when you are away from a person that you're used to being around and that you want to be around, them just coming back around, sometimes is all the apology that you need. Like, Whitney said he's all the man that I need. He fills me up. He gives me love. All the love that I ever need. He's all I got. He's all I got in this world. And he's all the man that I need. She ain't say that he be doing right. She just said, like, look, when the bull come around, the chicken start frying. The bath water gets drawn, the chicken get frying, and the bed get made. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. And then it depends on how serious it is. That's 42%. So most people believe like, it depends. Like, if they really, really shitted on me, then no, they might have to apologize, or an apology might not even do. But if it's something small, like, so you said that my weave stink and I don't wash it enough, and that's why I'll be. Well, that was a mean thing to say. Like, I'm the only chick out here that. So he might not need to apologize for that, especially since you didn't wash that head yet. You ain't washed your head yet, ma. You ain't washed your head. All right. And 8% says hit my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever. In other words, only 8% said, all right, look, just give me a couple of dollars and we all right. And I suspect that there are way more people out there that are like that, but they probably don't want to acknowledge it right here. And that's cool, because I'm asking how you feel, but I'm also asking how you do. So if you practice just letting people pay their way back in, but you feel like they should apologize, it should and could have an effect on the way that you answer this question. But this is the internet. I can't tell you what to do. I don't know you like that. I can't say like, yo, you lying. You lying. Me and you used to go together. What they be saying on social media, the way that women apologize is that they just open their legs or their mouth. Face down, mouth open. Face down, mouth open. I mean, if you accept it, look, if it's all right with y'all, it got to be all right with the world. It got to be. It got to be. Let me see. Narsil says, yesterday will never happen again. Every day is a reset. I'm reasonable. How I move when I move and who I move with. What up, everyone? That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Buttercup says, it's been 2 years since since an old boyfriend apologized to me and asked would I be open to try again. No, I'm good. And I was alone, but the universe prepared me for the great love I have now. I say that's what's up. Nara says, for me, forgiveness doesn't mean you have a second chance to piss me off. I'm glad you went there, sir. I'm glad you went there because I was going to. I was going to. Mr. Overflow says, money can't buy forgiveness, man. If that's the case, then you can mess up and pay for it every time. And that's what a lot of people do. But if you allow that kind of energy into your crib, you can best believe your crib is going to be filled with nothing but that energy. You're going to be able to taste it, hear it, smell it. You're not going to be able to get that stench out of the crib. It's like when you fry fish in your crib, you know what I mean, and don't wash the pots the whole wintertime. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You ever fry fish? You ever fry fish with your work clothes on and then you go to work? It'd be like, you smell like a platter, son. I mean, I ain't even mad at it. What kind of fish was that? What was it? What was it? Whiting? Yeah, I mean, whiting, yeah. Flounder. No, what? You had some sea bass? What you got? Some spots, porgies. What you got? You got some perch. What kind of what? Hold on, I can smell. Oh, geez, you had tilapia. Oh yeah, that's that tilapia shit. I can tell by the way it mixed with your cologne. Yeah, the tilapia. Mr. Overflow says, I buy my forgiveness with my actions. I like that. I like that. I like it. I like it. So yeah, if you come from a background where people didn't apologize, you're probably going to be used to people not apologizing, so it ain't that big of a deal. But communication is what I think is important here. And I think that has to come into the conversation at some point. Communication. If somebody never acknowledges what happened between the two of you, whether they blame themselves, whether they blame you, or whether they just blame the sun, moon, stars, universe. If they never acknowledge what happened, then it's almost saying that whatever happens between the two of us doesn't even matter. We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to talk about nothing. All we have to do is just keep going forward. All right. If the two of y'all are in agreement with that, and you feel like, and both of y'all feel like, well, we love each other so much, we care about each other so much that all that matters is that we keep going, then fine. You like it, I love it. But what if that's not the case? What if what happened, what was said, what was done, what if it was bad enough for you to feel like, you know what? I didn't plan this, but I think that because of what happened, I could go for the rest of my life without them in it. So they say that actions are stronger or speak louder than words, and I don't think so. I don't think so, because most of the times, if you think about it, most of the times you have been mad at somebody, whether you were mad at them for life or whether you were mad at them for now. A lot of it had to do with their responses to shit, their verbal responses to shit. But sometimes people will say things to you that might hit your psychological center or your psychological soft spot. You know, that shit that you've been hoping that nobody ever says because you've been trying to deal with it yourself. And you can barely say it to yourself. And they know what you've been dealing with. And they go right for it. They take aim. They put you right in their crosshairs. Bow! They didn't punch you. They didn't punch you. They didn't kick you. They didn't stomp you. They didn't even pinch you. They ain't even nudge you they ain't elbow or nudge you with their shoulder. But what they did was they hit the spot that you can't easily recover from. They knocked you down in a way that didn't allow you to get right back up. Now, when that happens, it's not easy. It's not easy to just accept that, yeah, I miss you, so we gonna be good. Like somebody say something to you like, that's why all your kids are in jail, because you ain't no kind of mother. You ain't do shit right. You don't know how to raise kids, or your kids don't respect you. None of them do. Your kids don't respect you. Your parents don't respect you. Nobody respects you because they can't respect somebody like you. Maybe you've been struggling with that. They know you've been struggling with it. Yeah, you got 3 sons and they are all locked up. Is it because of your neglect? No. Is it because of your misgivings? Not necessarily. I mean, you could say that they made their own choices, but as a parent, you had something to do with that. You did. Yeah, our children find their own way, but you laid down the foundation. Now, if you never laid down the foundation of making sure that they take care of themselves, that they care about other people, and that they have the first instinct to do the right thing instead of try to get away with everything. But if you taught them, get what you can get from people, steal something if nobody else is around, if nobody saw it, then nobody can blame you, or handle all of your disagreements with violence, well, somebody hit you with that. Or the real hurting one. Well, you ain't take care of your kids in the first place. They was with their mom all the time. They got their grandmother to thank for raising them. You do that shit. You raise your kids, you running around here talking about how proud you are that they got these accomplishments and shit. You ain't had nothing to do with that. You know it. You was out chasing dick, riding by, always chasing behind some nigga. Nigga and the drugs. Drugs and the nigga. Nigga and the drugs. Drugs and then that's what you was doing. While they was at my mom house. While they was at Nana house. Yeah, while they was at Big Mama house, you was at his house. Oh, when he had a house. Whatever, which one we talking about. But you had a pipe to your lips and a dick in your throat. Those was your priorities. Yeah. Now you done got clean. And that's the one thing about when people have been on drugs or people have been criminals and things like that, you don't shake off those stigmas. People remember it. And some people wait for the opportune time to go ahead and hit you with that gut punch, that rib shot. Boom! Buckle your ass to your knees. And the problem is, that part of it is true, but it's not true anymore. But they don't give a fuck. They've been keeping you at bay. This is how I tame you. When you get out of line, I mention your past. I talk about what you used to do. I talk about how you were. I don't give a fuck about how you are now. How you are now has everything to do with how you were. You should have been how you are now all the way back then. But you wasn't. You just got clean 5 years ago. Fuck out of here. You ain't even all that clean. Matter of fact, you know what? I smell a Coke bag on you. A cheap ass one too. That ain't even the 80s and 90s of crack vials. I smell it. So when somebody has hit you with those kind of body blows and buckled your knees, Had you breathing. They done activated your asthma. You know how it is when you haven't even been diagnosed with asthma and they done gave you an asthma test. Yeah, they took aim at you. Bow! It ain't easy to just, come back in somebody's life and act like they did, act like what God said didn't get said, or act like what happened didn't happen. You gonna let somebody just walks back into your life after talking to you like that? You gonna let them just say, well, I was mad when I just said that out of anger. I didn't mean none of that. They might not even say that they didn't mean it. They didn't acknowledge shit. They felt entitled and emboldened to talk to you like that. And now they coming back around asking, yo, did you cook something today? What you got in the refrigerator? Can you make me a sandwich? Shoot, you deserve a cyanide sandwich. You done set my emotional and mental state. You done set that shit back 15 years. 25 years. I'm back in the North Philly crack house now. Mentally and emotionally. I'm in a North Philly crack house right now. You fucked me up. You gonna let that person come back into your life without acknowledging it? Acknowledging what they did? Or you might be in the state where I don't care if they do apologize. I'm not fucking with you no more. I'm done. Because very rarely do people come out like that out of the blue. They normally start nickel and diming their way up to it. And they giving you, they jabbing a little bit. You know what I mean? They Philly shelling it. Yeah. Jabbed on you a little bit, threw a couple of hooks, attempted a couple of uppercuts before they caught you. Before they caught you right on the butt. Or got you right here. Rocked your shit. Had the doctors come in. You was knocked out. They could have counted to 10. They could have counted to 1,000. So, you good? You good? We talking about coming back into your life, apologizing without apologizing. Probably not even sorry. So when somebody says something to you like that or does something like that to you, and they come back, when I say apologizing without apologizing, they might say something like, you know what? A person should never say things that will bring a person down. And you looking like, or a person should never bring up a person's past when they trying to do better now. And you looking like, if you love somebody, you don't say things that will hurt them. And you looking like, yo, somebody come and get this nigga. Yo, this bitch over here tripping. That's why your father never married your mom. What up, y'all? Kevin Andre Risbeck. What's good? Thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Sebastian Wheeler. Thanks for coming through. Read your comments. Read your comments. All right, let me see. Mr. Overflow says, Norris, absolutely. Ask God for forgiveness first. Forgive those that have done me wrong. And then I forgive myself and move forward. Not always easy, though. That's understandable. And he also says, ask God to forgive me first is what I meant at the beginning. You good. Norris Hill says, just because you know part of what I've been through doesn't mean you know where I came from. Those score keeping haters can eat a dick. I hear you. Sebastian Wheeler says, I'm sorry. I apologize if I ever bother or anything. Okay. Buttercup 25 says, once bitten, twice shy. Never take advantage of a great love because you may never get another one. Sebastian says, maybe I'm sorry. Ask for anything much or get in the way. I don't know if I do. Okay. Mr. Overflow says, forgiveness is a process, not an event. But the power in forgiveness is that it allows individuals to move forward, fostering emotional healing, inner peace, and healthier relationships by releasing. We ain't even get into the forgiveness part. But interesting, you should say that about forgiveness, because I believe that apologizing sincerely can do the same things that forgiveness can do. Sometimes we have to. Why is it that we have to carry the whole weight and do all of the work? So we have to forgive a person that's not sorry or that's not acknowledging what they did. We got to do it because it will make us feel better. Well, how about if they acknowledge what the fuck they did and mean it sincerely? Might that help? Because I think it would. I don't think I deserve to get the job of healing myself after I've already been beaten up by and attacked by somebody else. I gotta heal myself after you attack me. I gotta do all of the work. I gotta patch myself up. Damn, son. That's what I gotta do. Mr. Overflow says, releasing negativity and promoting empathy and passion to people who actually deserve it. Okay. He says, because if we don't, we will put our past hurt on someone who doesn't deserve it, and then we become the problem. You might do that, but does everybody do that? You know, I advocate for victims. I do. I advocate for victims. I think that the predators and that the offenders get way too much fucking favor. They do. Everybody is letting them go. And you know how bad that can get. You ever been shitted on by somebody? You ever been hurt by somebody? You ever been fucked up for a long time with somebody? And we did a show about it. Everybody thinks that they the greatest thing since sliced bread. Everybody thinks that possibly, maybe they're not saying this, but maybe they possibly think that you deserve to get the treatment that you got, or they sort of treating you that way. So like, you should just go ahead, y'all should get back together, or y'all should be friends again, or y'all should. Life is too short to be life is too short for motherfuckers to be fucking you up. Life is too short to be taking chances on your physical or emotional life or health. Life is too short for that too. But I understand, people just they say they want you to be in a better place. So they want to help you get to a better place. But really, they just taking shortcuts. They don't know the way, the pathway to a better place for you. And they ain't even acknowledging that shit. Now you mad at two people. You mad at the person that attacked you and fucked you up. And now you got to be mad at somebody that's not acknowledging what they did and putting it all on you. Just forgive them. Just call them. Just go around them. Just let them fuck out of here. And now they mad at you because you mad at them. Yeah, I'm mad. I got a right to be mad. My people been persecuted. And really, I don't think that everybody puts their negative energy that has been bestowed upon them by somebody else on everybody else. Some people are responsible. And I'll tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this. A lot of people have sought out therapy for the things that people have said and done to them. A lot of people have done it. So they know better than to mistreat somebody just because they have been mistreated. But that don't mean that they forgive the person that mistreated them. Like, look, man, I ain't gonna do you like or blame you for or act like you're gonna do me like they did me. But just trust and believe. I'm gonna have my eyes open. I'm gonna have my eyes and my ears open. And if I see myself going down that path, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna fall back. Well, I'm gonna be out. Once again, it's all on you. Coming back around, apologizing without apologizing. Y'all good? Are we good? Sebastian says, I do my best to try better every day. Mr. Overflow says, I just believe forgiving is for you because it doesn't allow blessings that God has specifically for you to be blocked. Because if you can't move, then God can move. Well, I just don't accept, and this is not coming at you. I don't accept that forgiveness is for yourself. I don't accept that. I do not accept it. Trust me, when I forgive somebody, it's for them. Because it's either I forgive them or I don't fuck with them no goddamn no more. Actually, if in extreme examples, either I forgive them or something else has to happen. I'm not going to eliminate you from this earth because there's enough room for both of us. But there's only room for you on the West Coast while I'm on the East Coast. And the closer you come to the East Coast, the farther I got to get from the East Coast. I might have to go down south. I might have to go up north. But wherever you are, I need not to be there. So if I forgive you, it's probably not a good, if I don't forgive you, it's probably not a good idea that you're anywhere within striking distance for me. Because I'm not the type, first of all, I ain't petty. I'm not one of those, I cut you off at the first sign of trouble, motherfucker. And I'm not one of those speaking bad about motherfuckers just because we don't agree or because I'm extra sensitive. I ain't in all that. If I gotta forgive you, because forgiveness is not for everybody. Like there's some wrongs that people might do to you that don't require forgiveness. And let me explain what I mean by that. Like, you was over my crib and you saw the R. Kelly R. You know that his album R or TP2.com. Those were two of his best albums, or maybe 12 play, whatever the case may be. Before R. Kelly, yeah, I mean, hold on a second. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Where is my cursor?
You have a call from.
Hold on a second. I got you. Hold on a second. Before R. Kelly, got mixed up, before he got locked up, before what happened to him, your friend might have been over your crib and he saw your 12 play album, your 12 play tape, your 12 play CD. He saw the joint. He borrowed the joint. He borrowed the CD. You've been looking for your CD like, man, I want to hear the remix of Bump and Grind. You know, you know, I really don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, baby. I don't see nothing wrong. You remember the remix of Bump and Grind? That shit was funky. I really don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, baby. I don't see nothing. I really don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, baby. He borrowed it. He took it. Now, you don't want to know, you don't want nobody in your crib that be taking shit. You don't want no thieves or whatever, but like he borrowed it. Said he didn't borrow it. Said he didn't take it. Said he didn't know nothing about it. You over his crib. He might have told you he already got the album. You know he didn't, because if he had the album, he wouldn't be trying to listen to yours all the time. And every time he came over your crib, he listened to your 12-play album with the remix on it of Bump and Grind. I really don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, baby. You go over his crib one day, because it might have been a situation where he's mostly over your crib. But this day, you wound up over his crib. And guess what? You see this you see this 12-play CD. And you know it's yours because you used to mark your joints. So maybe he put his name on it, but you saw your marking. You saw your marking and how he put his name over the marking. He stole your shit. That might not be a situation where you need to forgive him. Like he was foul, he was fucked up, and you know how to handle him and your CD collection from here on out. And any other thing that might be in your house. Maybe you have to make some decisions about whether you let him come in your crib or not. But it might not be a situation where you have to forgive him, because you like, you know what I mean? It's not surprising that he steal, because he come from a family where they was taught to steal. He comes from a family where they was taught to steal, and he's just stealing like they was taught. So he's being his authentic, conditioned self. So it's not, you feel some kind of way about it, but it might not be a forgiving type of situation. Like you might reserve your forgiving spots for people who have done things, heinous things, terrible things that aren't easy to come back from. Like you ain't even considered not fucking with him no more. It's just like, yeah, tell you what, I won't be leaving him. And whenever there are more than just him in the crib and me, I don't want him in the crib, because that's the thief MO. Oh, there were other people in the house. Why you blaming me? How you know I did it? But if it was only him, and it was only the CD and him in the house, he knows, or thieves know, like, oh yeah, I can't steal this, because unless I'm gonna get ghost, yeah, I'm gonna be held accountable for this one. So okay, Mr. Overflow said, okay, wait. So I'm saying all of that to say that I'm saying all that to say that for me, I don't accept that forgiveness is for myself, because I might not need it. I may be healed enough. I might not be 100% healed, because rarely is anybody 100% free of pain, free of heartache, free of stress, free of depression. Very rarely are people 100% free, but I might be free enough to where, I can get past this. You know what I mean? But forgiveness ain't for me. Forgiveness is for you. So I don't go up. So I don't go up in your mouth. So I don't rearrange your nose. So I don't, like my man Troy said. You know what I mean? Dislocate your eye socket. So these things don't happen. So I don't put you in a wheelchair or have you urinating and defecating out of a shit bag. We ain't gotta go that way. We ain't gotta go. Nobody wants to live their life like that. Nobody wants to. There is nothing that spells out I didn't do the right things like having the shit in a shit bag instead of like having the shit in front of everybody every time it's time for you to shit instead of going to the bathroom. Well, I imagine you can still go to the bathroom, but you might be wheelchair bound. You just never know. So forgiveness is not for me. It's not for me. I'm good. I can live with myself. I might not be able to live with you. So I need to put some distance between us. But, I've learned not to sit around the crib and brood and brood and brood. I've trained myself not to do that. And I had to do that because I don't want somebody who's not even there having control over what I do and who I am. That's right. Troy says, bust your snot box. Yeah. All right. We have a caller on the line. Let's listen to her one time. Caller with the last number is 1132. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
Happy weekend.
Happy weekend to thou.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I was calling in because I don't mind apologizing.
You have a call from.
Go ahead.
But I don't understand why I gotta apologize when I don't know what I'm apologizing for. I had somebody that's really ticked off at me and my family, and it for a while it kind of hurt me. Being a parent is not for the weak. And I practically helped take care of this girl, and she got really animosity towards me and mad at me. And I don't know what I did. I'm the type of person that like to, if I done made somebody pissed off, let me get it right. And then if you forgive me, you forgive me. But if you don't, let me get it right. I don't understand that part. And as far as forgiveness, I understand what you're saying, but on my part, forgiveness is really, it's for me to have a connection with the Lord, because I need my prayer to be answered. I don't need you here. I don't need the person hindering my prayer.
Mm-hmm.
I need him to hear my prayers. It's some evil down here, So I need that. Not just for me to be, healing and all. I get what they're saying or what they've been saying, but in the Bible, even says in the Bible, if you don't forgive, God will not hear you. You have to forgive like He forget, gave over what they did to His son or something like that. It's in the Bible somewhere. And that's the reason why I forgive. But I don't like nobody being mad at me, and I don't know what I done did. Sometimes we don't know what we did. You mad at a person, and they go on about their life, and they don't even know what they done did to you. I will lay my guilt at the altar and apologize. I don't mind doing that either. But first, I gotta know what I done did. I done had a nigga call me out my name because I wouldn't do something stupid. So I'm like, so why you calling me ugly and you with me? You pursued me. I'm not gonna go out my way and do something stupid and then you only reason why you called me that because I wouldn't do what you wanted me to do. Just little shit like that. I'm like, you want to come to that when I'm not gonna when I see who you are as a person, I'm not gonna I'll forgive you from a distance, but I'm not gonna have nothing to do with you. And I normally don't judge nobody, but I do judge that one because that one right there, that played with my psyche. It's a lot of things that play with my psyche where I can't mess with certain people. Mm-hmm. And then there are certain people I can't forgive. I can't let around. I just don't, I don't tell all my business no more. I used to be so happy. I'm still that happy-going person, but it's like I keep my happiness to myself because everybody don't want to see you happy.
True.
They don't want to see you happy. I have to have my relationship with God, So like I said, I have to keep the lines open so He can hear me and He can fight my battles. Because if He don't fight my battles, I end up in jail.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this in relation to the topic. Like, so if somebody does you wrong and you can't really, and you have to forgive them, like you said, in order for you to feel better and for you not to do something deeper to them. Do you what would that person be able to come back to you without apologizing to you or acknowledging what they did?
I just had childhood friends talk about my sickness. I forgave them. I liked them. We were cool at one time. But when we got on that thing and they wanted to make me angry, they talked about my sickness. I could have came back with some kind of evil towards them because I knew what was going on in their family. But I'm not going to stoop to that level. I forgive you. And some people can't come back around me at all because I don't trust them like that.
Okay, but I'm asking, are you able to give forgiveness without apology?
Yeah, you can forgive without apology. I have relatives do that, but when they do it, it's like a gift. They give me something, and I'm like, oh, this person, he's sorry, and I can tell this person be sorry because don't nobody have time to be giving no money. Don't nobody have time. Nobody have time doing something for you. You could apologize without saying something, but sometimes it's good to apologize.
So you'll accept money instead of or in place of an apology?
I just don't want to put that down there, and you ain't got to say it loud. Yeah, I would. I'm not gonna lie. I have did it. But I would like I would like somebody to tell me if you love me, say it. You ain't got to always just do something for me. It goes either way with me. It all depends on everybody's relationship is different. Even from females and males, when it comes to me, everybody's on a different level. We don't treat everybody the same way. Like I could have a male best friend and I could have a female best friend, but y'all ain't gonna be on the same level with me. Y'all might know me the same, but that don't mean I'm gonna treat y'all both the same way.
Okay. All right. So all right. So have you think about this real quick. Think about the person that has done you the worst that you can remember. You don't have to say what it is. Would you let that person come back around you or start interacting with you again without apologizing?
No, because that person took it way there, and I can't mess with that person no more. He could get it right with the Lord or whatnot, but no. And then there's another person that used to be my close childhood friend. And I'm doing, I can't let her in either. She had me questioning my own doggone integrity and how my mama raised me, and I had to check.
You have a call from.
When I know I didn't do nothing wrong to a person, no, F you.
Okay. All right. Hold on a second. We have another call on the line. Caller with the last number is 4828. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this afternoon?
Sorry, I was eating. I didn't know you were gonna talk to me so soon. No, I just this subject made me think about an issue that I had with a sibling. It's like a cousin who I grew up in the house with together. So we regard each other as siblings. But she did something. She did something really bad, where she was trying to get out of looking bad on, herself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's talking about. Oh, never mind. I'll wait.
Huh?
Oh, I thought I could hear the show in the background. Sorry about that.
I don't.
It was confusing me. Yeah, it was confusing me. Anyway, yeah, she did something, and it basically made our parents choose sides. And then the truth came out. My parents apologized for their part, but she never apologized. As a matter of fact, she was trying to be wrong and strong. It ended up in like a physical altercation. It was over very quickly, and then we did not speak for 20 years. She called herself kind of apologizing while we were at another cousin's vow renewal. She came up to me while I was about to sit down, and she said, "I know you hate me, but I still love you." And then she gave me a kiss and a hug, and she ran. She literally ran off to her table.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not the I know you hate me. Oh my God. Yo, that shit is worthy of getting your knuckles beat with the ruler in second grade. Back when you used to be able to do that in Catholic school. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So now, I laugh. I laugh because I found it comical. And then I walked over to her table and I sat down. All the cousins that were at her particular table, everybody got quiet. And I said, "Stop saying I hate you. I don't hate you. I just don't fuck with you." And then I went back to my table. Now that vow renewal, I want to say was in like 2013, 14. We just started speaking again. After one of our parents passed away. So like right when he was about to pass away, that's when we started speaking. 2022.
Heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah,
it is.
And to this day, she still hasn't apologized. To this day, she still hasn't apologized. So I was asking myself, while the sister was talking, and I was like, can I forgive somebody without them having to apologize? I guess I can. She hits around it. She goes, all those years when we weren't speaking, that's never going to happen again. I said, no, baby, it's not. It's not. We won't let that happen. That's as close as she got to an apology from me.
Okay.
So apparently, I will. I can forgive her. I've made peace with it. I normally say that forgiveness is for myself. In this particular case, it was for myself and for her. Because I really did feel like if she was in my presence, there was like a good 10 years. I felt like, oh, she's in my presence. It's on site, So this time, forgiveness was for me and for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I consider that to be that's deep. You answered the questions that I was going to ask you before I asked them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the acknowledgement that she gave that I know you hate me. What the reason I have contempt for that kind of stuff is because for people who aren't familiar with the situation, or maybe aren't familiar with the situation at a level to where they really understand what happened and who the players are and who is quote unquote right or wrong in the situation. When they hear that like, hey, I know you hate me and blah 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 blah. It would be easy for somebody else to look at it like, well, this person is trying to extend the olive branch. This person is trying to you know, they're trying to reach out. They're trying to reach out, and this person is just the person who's reaching out. I mean, the person that they're reaching out to is just holding a grudge and being stubborn and not listening to reason. Yeah. So that acknowledgement is it could be seen as a way of flipping it back on, you know, flipping the situation and manipulating a way for them to be okay while you still fucked up.
Right.
Once again, victim shaming, but in the most passive aggressive way. That's probably not even the word that the most gaslighting way. How about that? Yeah, that because that is a form of gaslighting, isn't it? Yeah, I know you hate me. I know you hate me. I know you don't want me. I know you don't care, but I ain't saying nothing. But anyway, yeah, that's how
I felt immediately in that moment. That's why I started laughing. And I looked at her, I laughed, and then I said, I have to say something. So I calmly went over there, and the thing I have working for me within my family is that everybody knows that I'm normally calm. So it takes a lot to rile me up. You know, so as they're assessing the situation, you can see it on everybody's faces, they're trying to figure out what the hell, you know, what really went down. Because they always saw us together, you know? And I was like, yeah, now I'm not letting this slip away. I'm not going to let people think, you know, the family think that, oh, I'm just all of a sudden turned into some grumpy woman and poor so-and-so is just sitting here just with the big wide eyes. I felt like it was a very manipulative move on her part to say that.
It was.
You know, she didn't whisper it. She didn't yell it, but she didn't whisper it. So it was like, oh, I know there are other people within earshot.
Word.
Let me slip this right here. No, we're not sitting that. I want all of y'all, you know, I want everybody to think about who I am as a person, who y'all know me to be, who I've always been. And then as you're trying to figure that out. And I had family members come up to me after that, like years after that, and be like, hey, I remember that time when so-and-so did this. I'm like, yeah. They're like, I need to know what happened. And I told them, boom. They were like, what? I was like, yeah. And they were like, yo, you better than me. I wouldn't be talking to her at all. Yeah.
Yeah. This can go deeper than a lot of people would want it to go, because at the end of the day, you wish that these situations never crop up. But you know, you have a right and an obligation really to protect your mental and emotional health. And I'm not going to say that anybody is responsible for.
Excuse me, when you just said, that's the reason why I said that I don't play the victim, but I believe I am the victim. So I'm just going to continue to protect my mental health. Because I'm not going to let nobody try me. All them years you've been in my life, you never loved me. You were just faking like you was. And then what did I do? For you to just act like you acted, you know? So I always say that I'm a victim. And the Bible says we're supposed to be victorious and call that out. I'm not going to call something out and I don't feel like I'm victorious. Now, it wasn't my doggone fault that, my husband didn't come. It wasn't my fault that I didn't have no kids. It wasn't on me. I did my part.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, when people try to hit your soft spots, when people claim to love you or like you or care about you, and they take aim and try to hit you where it hurts the most, it's going to make you question whether they really, really care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then it really hurts when people that you done help raise and put them in a position where they are, like they get there on their own, like they should get on their own, and they didn't. They had help on both sides, on their mother's side and on their father's side. It's not too many father's sides that would help when the father ain't doing. There's not too many people like that in this world, you know? And people just act like, where they, succeed and get to, get their little college degree or whatnot. They just act like they did it by themselves and they didn't. It was sacrifice. My mother had to sacrifice for me. Some things she had to sacrifice and go through. Like I said, it ain't always easy to apologize either. Apologize and mean it.
Well, let me ask you this. So while I have y'all both on the line, what do you think is easier? Now, and that's taking the severity of the situation into account, whatever it may be. What do you think is easier for you? I'm going to ask for you and for other people that you know and that you have experience with. What's easier for you? Apologizing or accepting an apology? What's easier? What have other people shown you has been easier for them from your experiences with them? Apologizing or accepting an apology?
Accepting an apology.
And that's for you or them?
For them. Are you saying for me to give you
what? Hold on. You know what? I said it wrong. Which one is harder, not easier? Which one is harder for you? Apologizing or accepting an apology? I said it wrong. I got it messed up.
Gotcha. Okay, so it is not hard for me to apologize at all. Sometimes it has been, depending on the circumstance, that accepting an apology from someone else, depending on what they did. When my ex-husband cheated, him saying sorry went in one ear and out the fuck another.
Okay.
I'm not talking about the first time, the second time. So it's just like once you do it again, it's like what does apology even mean? And then I've seen I've apologized to other people because I'm not always right. And I'm in heartfelt apology, and I've watched them as they stood there stone cold, not accepting my apology. And that's a problem for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about you? Caller, with the last number is 1132? Is it harder for you to apologize or to accept an apology?
It's hard for me to apologize. And then when it's hard for me, when I see that they, don't accept or whatnot, I keep it going. I keep it moving because I did my part. And as far as accepting my apology, or as far as them apologizing to me for what they have done, it all depends on what they have done. Especially I've been persecuted in so many kind of ways. If I do get married, I feel sorry for my husband because he's gonna have a wet shoulder. Because I have been really hurt bad. And I thought about what a certain person has said. I had to look over my life and see, have I put myself in these positions? Or is it just, people is just made and cut like that? And I don't believe I put myself in those positions for them to do me any kind of, whether it's been a man doing me wrong or a woman doing me wrong or kids doing me wrong.
Okay. So why?
It hurts, but when you apologize and you stand prayed up and you speaking the word, and it don't hurt no more. That's growth. But sometimes it comes back out of nowhere because somebody will trigger you.
Mm-hmm. Well, so why? So why is it hard for you to apologize?
Why is it hard for me to apologize?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's human nature sometimes because you don't want to get rejected. Or, I know for me, I think that's it. You don't want to get rejected, or it's very hard for me to apologize, but I do it. I do it because I have to. I got a conscience.
Okay.
But first, when I do apologize, when you mad at me, how can I apologize and I don't know what I did? I done got people mad at me and they don't want to speak to me, and I don't know what I done did to get it right. Maybe they don't want to get it right. Maybe they don't want to be bothered with me, And I'm like, I love those who love me. F you.
Okay.
And that's not that. That's my carnal mind,
I understand. I'm with you. I'm with you.
So I had to take it like that. I love those who love me. I up with those who up with me, and I know who. I have my discernment done got real good. There's a lot of people could fake it.
So if you apologize for something, your biggest concern is that they might reject you. What does it matter if you're sorry? You're sorry. Are you apologizing just to make the situation better, or are you apologizing because you know you were wrong?
Both.
Well, why would you apologize?
But sometimes I can apologize and they don't have nothing to do with me. That's more hurtful too.
But why would you apologize? I'm just trying to I just want to get some clarity.
I'm a human being. If I mess up, and I have the right to apologize, and if you accept it, you accept it. If you don't, what can I do about it?
Okay, but would you apologize for something that you didn't do?
No, I wouldn't apologize. I wouldn't do. I would not do that. Like if I'm standing in my truth and somebody said apologize, I'm on the internet. You need to apologize. I'm like, apologize for what? What did I do? I'm not going to sit up there and apologize for something I didn't do. No, that's just not me. I'm not. If I felt that I did something wrong, then I will apologize. I know when I first got saved in the beginning, I would just apologize to keep peace. And sometimes I didn't even do anything, but I just wanted to keep peace.
Okay. I understand that. I just wanted to make sure that we, that I got it together and that anybody listening understood exactly what was happening. But I appreciate that. Listen, y'all, I gotta clear the line off. We've been having other callers that want to call in. I gotta clear the line, but I want to thank both of y'all for calling in. I appreciate you. And are y'all good? Y'all, did y'all say what y'all needed to say?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks for calling into the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'll holler back at y'all.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. I just learned something. Yeah, because I wasn't thinking from the standpoint of whether somebody would reject my apology or anything like that. I've been known to apologize. I've been known to apologize. Just go ahead and get it out of the way when I've been wrong. But there have been times I hesitated to apologize, but it didn't have anything to do with rejection. It just might have been like the shame. It was too much shame. Shame is a real thing. Shame. But you got to get past it. And that's the thing. Hold on. We got another call. All right, caller with the last numbers 5612. Hold on for a second. Hold on. I got both of y'all on the line. Just give me a second. Yeah, shame is something that stops a lot of people from doing things. And when you think about it, it's a shame that our shame keeps us from acknowledging our shame. It's a shame that our shame keeps us from acknowledging our shame. I'm always thinking like, well, if you did it, you was wrong, why wouldn't you just go ahead and acknowledge it? And some people just struggle with that. Some people find it hard to, get up off of that pot. Some people find it hard to maybe they find it hard enough to deal with the bad feelings that they had, knowing that they was dead wrong, but maybe they don't think that the other person that they perpetrated their bad acts on will let it go or will forgive them in the most organic, true sense. Maybe they think that they might say that they forgive me or that everything is okay, but maybe in practice they're going to keep it going and keep it going and keep it going. And I haven't always been the best person. When it comes to that kind of thing, because sometimes I have taken the stance that, like, regardless of what you got going on, you got to go ahead and acknowledge what you did. You got to do it. You know, I'm not always sympathetic to other people's struggle when they fuck me over. My bad. I mean, we all got crosses to bear, and maybe that's mine. But if you've done me wrong, I don't really give a fuck about what you got going on. In order for me to care about or even know about what you got going on, you're going to have to fix this. Just like if you owe me money and you need to borrow some more money, listen, I need you to have paid back some of the money you already borrowed. You in a deficit, dog. You in arrears. I need you to show good faith before I can cut you another check. Reach down in my pockets, go in my stash. You know what I mean? You gotta love somebody to go in your stizzinash. Anybody ever asked you for a large sum of money and y'all ain't that cool like that? You like, shit, this is enough money for me to have to, take it into serious consideration, even if I do love them. But for somebody I'm lukewarm with, now I gotta muster up enough trust and good feelings. Like, this is too much money to be losing if they don't do right. I might have to lay hands. And I know laying hands don't bring the money back, but some gotta happen. Shit, the mafia do it. You know what I mean? You late on them loan shark payments. You might not get the money, but you'll never play the piano again. Well, I never knew how to play piano. We're gonna teach you, and then we're gonna make sure you never do it again. Stevie Wonder, Liberace. All right, we have callers on the line. First of all, I want to thank y'all for calling in, and I want to thank y'all for holding. So I'm going to take the callers in the order in which they called in. So caller with the last number is 5612. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. And then caller with the last number is 7797. So caller with the last number is 5612. Thank you for calling in. I saw that you were calling in, and we can only have two people on the line at the same time, but I wanted to make sure that you got a chance to speak your piece. So what's on your mind this afternoon?
Big son, what's good, man? It's overflow, bro.
Man, I'm feeling like a real man should. It's good to hear your voice. I'm glad you called in. What's good?
None, man. Just wanted to recap on the conversation that you was having, man, and just talk about that forgiveness thing, man. That's a tricky one, my brother. That's tricky.
Okay.
I could definitely say, man, when I was looking at your comments, I totally understood where you were coming from when you talked about forgiveness then for somebody else. And I totally understand that, because I know for a fact that the reason I forgive is not only so that God could forgive me and I could move on with my life, but it's also to stop me from being the person that I don't want to be if I run into the person that I didn't forgive.
Okay. I hear that.
So it definitely go both ways, man. But it's funny, man, because last week I had a hard problem with forgiveness. I don't know if you know, I spoke to you before, so I own a pool business out here in Las Vegas. And I gave my older cousin an opportunity to come work with me.
Okay.
So, it was already a conflict because I had allowed myself to open up my heart to allow family to be a part of my business. And you know, whenever you mix family with business, sometimes it's not the best thing.
Facts.
So gave him an
Well,
opportunity, man. He was doing good for a couple weeks, and then he just stopped going to work. Got customers calling me, telling me their pools wasn't getting done for weeks. He calling in and out, not having no insurance on his truck. When you know that's the way that you got to get around and do pools. Gave him like $1,000 to get another truck because his other truck broke down. And then he didn't even get that truck approved, so that's $1,000 going in the drain. He ended up draining the spa at one of my clients' pools. I had just put in a new $2,500 pump. Had to go put in a new pump, didn't charge him for nothing. Still paid him for the days that he was actually working for me. And then it just got to a point to where, bro, I just felt like I was just being his dad instead of being his boss. And I knew for a fact, man, like, I was letting him get over it specifically because of the fact that he was family. And that was my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was my fault for believing that just because I expect something from somebody else, that means I could expect it from the standpoint of if I was in their shoes. Because it's not always the case. Because I know if I was him and I was working for his business, bro, I would have did everything in my power to help him grow, help him build, support him in every way. Because if you shine, I shine, and we can shine together. I always been that type of dude, and I know for a fact he took advantage of that because I've been the same dude since I was a kid. And he knew that. So I had just got to my breaking point, bro. Like, it's costing me more money to keep you than it is to let you go. And so, I mean, bro called me everything but a child of God. Said it was my fault. Told me all of these things, gave me all of these excuses. And I could have easily tripped out on them and been like, man, you know what? Like, I could name a whole list of everything you did on why I'm firing you. I said, but the reason that I'm really firing you, bro, is because I don't want to have no animosity towards you when I see you. I don't want to get to that point where I got to, like you said, lay my hands on you, not in the Christian way, but the other way, all because of some money or you not doing what you're supposed to do. I said, bro, I'm at a point in my life where either you're going to be a grown man, you're going to put your big boy drawers on and you're going to do what you got to do, or you're just going to find somebody else to do it with, but it's not going to be me. And it's funny, man, because I don't know if I'll let you hear I know I'll let you hear one of my songs before, but another one of my songs it talks about, letting somebody in my space. But it also says, I blame myself because I was the person that let you in. No revenge. Keep it pushing. If you ask for forgiveness, I totally accept it, but I'm still going to stay at a distance. And that's what I'm learning right now, man. It's just like, I'm going to still forgive you. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep you at a distance. And that space that I let you have in my heart, that space that I let you have in my life, you're not going to have that space no more because you got to understand, bro, space is earned. It's not given for free. It don't matter if you're a family, if you're a friend, bro, space has to be earned.
Facts.
Because your heart, your protection, it means everything. Because if you don't protect you, if you don't protect your foundation, if you don't protect your business, your mind, your heart, your spirit, bro, who's gonna protect it? Nobody. If you don't,
you're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes, I do.
I just got to a point in my life where, you know what, at the end of the day, I'm still gonna forgive, but I'm not gonna forget. Because that allows me to remember the person that you truly are. And I tell people all the time, like, I would rather you lay it on me now than me to have to find out later. Just be real. Even if that means you call me a son of a bitch, or you cussing me out, or you saying all these crazy things to me, let me know now. Just keep it real with me. Keep it funky with me. That way I know how to move around.
Right.
But it's always something about people who trying to get in, or they want what you got, or they jealous. They always act like they got a cloth over their head, so it blinds you and it makes you believe that they somebody who they not. And when the moment something go wrong, bro, or you don't do what your family wants you to do, or you don't give your friend this, or you don't give somebody this, you see people for who they really are, man. And it sucks, but it is reality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think ultimately what I'm getting at, man, is that as a young man, bro, the things that I've been through, things that I've seen, learning how to forgive, I've just learned how to guard my heart and protect my heart and have a lot of discernment for the environments that I'm around, the people that I choose to allow to come in my life, and even the things that I decide to put myself in. It saves you from so much stuff in the future, bro. And I wish that I could have told me this a long time ago, or I wish that when I was growing up, somebody could have told me this when I was growing up. That way I didn't have to go through the hurt. That way I didn't have to go through hurting people, because I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I know that I done made some mistakes in my life. I done said some things. I done did some things that wasn't right either. And I pray to God that everybody that I hurt, I hope that they've asked me. I hope that they've forgiven me, because everybody that I've thought of, that I know that I've hurt in my mind, I've asked for forgiveness and I've meant it genuinely.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? It's just a crazy world that we live in, man. You know, it's a crazy world that we live in. But I say to myself, you know what? It's easier for me to forgive than to continue to have something in my heart and keep it there, and then not allow my son and my daughter, you know, and my wife and the people that are around me to understand that even though I'm upset, you can still forgive, because this is what a true leader looks like, man. A true leader is somebody that can humble themselves, that can forgive, and a true leader knows how to serve. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen people, bro. I done, big son, I done seen people die, bro, over consuming. Can't help it. We can't help it, bro.
Hold on. Somehow we went mute, and I know it can't be because. Hold on, yo. I gotta find it. I gotta find my clip. There you go. All right, I gotta switch the mic because this one is dead. Hold on a second, y'all. All right, there we go. All right, we good, y'all? We good?
We good.
All right. All right. Shit. God damn it. All right. Now we starting all over again. Fuck. We good on the camera end, bad on the computer end. So we can get back to the caller once the PC gets back up. This damn what's up with this? I don't roll rag. All right, let me get this back online. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. We good. We good. Now I know that okay. Let me get all three screens, all three monitors back where they supposed to be. All right, we good? Audio. Okay. Audio good. Let me get our peoples back up in here. Get our peoples back up in here. Well, I appreciate you, Mr. Overflow. I mean, you know, you said what needed to be said, and you said what the people needed to hear. I appreciate you, my dude. I appreciate you mucho. I mean, I see nothing but growth and development. And that's not even saying that I know you like all of that, but you know, I know what you're trying to do out here. I know what you are doing partly, and I appreciate you. Salute.
You have a call from.
Go.
The devil had took the stream out. The devil had took the computers down. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Caller with the last number 6867. Hold on a second.
You have a call
how the fuck did that happen?
from
Troy.
All right. Caller with the last number is 6867. Hold on a second. Troy, you're on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I kept calling because I didn't know if you could hear me.
Nah, you good. You good. We can hear. I can hear you perfectly, but yeah, one thing happened and then another thing. But we good.
All right.
What's on your mind this afternoon?
Yo, man. Number one, I want you to stop calling me your friend because you my brother. You know, from another mother, man. So I'm always look at you, my brother. You know, as my brother because we got longevity in.
Okay.
You know, and these discussions that you be having, and sometimes they get to the point where it's overly emotional. So I had to take my time and call in because, you know, when you're in your own space and you're in your own mind, you got to calm your spirit down.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I mean, I can agree with the situation. When Mr. Overflow said, I got so much respect for how he deals with certain situations and stuff like that. You know, I have a testimony today because me and you discussed it before. And like right now, you know, you try, you know, me, when you asked that the message of the question, as you come in to the live stream, you know, do you forgive people when they apologize? And the one thing that I inherited from my mother is a forgiving heart. And sometimes it's a gift, but most of the time it's a curse because people take that for granted. You know, and one time, you know, like me and my brother, he's a pastor,
And I had to ask him, because, this is not just my brother that's a pastor. He's a brother that's my mentor. He's the reason why I don't do negative things in my life. And he's the one that I followed around is because of him. So he's more than just my brother. He's my mentor. He's my teacher. He's taught me more about Black history than any teacher in the world can teach me.
Okay.
He taught me to learn more about who you are than anybody else ever said. Learn more than who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I'm going in the hospital having surgery and stuff, and then when I come home and you tell me, why you didn't call and tell me you had surgery? No, you a pastor of a church. Why you didn't call me, period?
Mm.
My thing is this, and I had to explain to him. So if I was part of your sick and shut-in, or I was tired in your church, you would come and see me if I was part of the sick and shut-in. If I didn't have any money to buy food or something, and I was part of your church, you would come and give me a donation if I didn't have money. If I was part of your church and I was tired, you would call my phone if I wasn't tired or if I was tired just to say thank you. But I'm your brother, and then the Bible says, are you your brother's keeper? When you keeping that?
Facts.
You can't be a hypocrite to your cause. That he's gotten better. He has an understanding who I am. Because my mom always said, Troy, how can God forgive you, but you can't forgive your brother? When she said that,
but hold up, but they said God forgives everybody automatically. They never said man do that.
Right. But at the end of the day, it digs deep when she said that. But then you go to my older brother, who's never taught me shit. And then when I went through something with him and my niece over my mom in a house that me and my mom owned, to the point where laying hands is on a different level. I'm not even talking about laying hands. I'm talking about instantaneous assault and battery or attempted murder with these hands on this brother, my older brother. Because when I look back on him, you've never done shit for me. Never. Only thing you done was try to fight me. You never protected me. You never taught me nothing. You never gave me shit. I'm trying to have a conversation about the selling of his house for my mom so she can be comfortable. And you looking at finances and stuff, talking about, you're not coming in there to talk to my mother. She's sick. Your mother, we came out the same vagina. Our mother. Now you went from us being brothers to us being stepbrothers. We got different fathers. You're not my brother. And then after everything all dies down, just 2 years later, I hear a boy come to me and say, your brother, that day when you and your brother and your niece went through a situation, your brother came and asked me for a gun so he can shoot you? You know how deep that shit is? The same motherfucker I protected his ass from getting beat up by his girlfriend brother. I protected from the neighborhood kids jumping on him, and all the way, every time my mom called me, I had to protect him. You want to shoot me because you're doing something that you don't know nothing about? You have nothing to do with? That's just one instance. Right now, I'm out on work compensation. You know this. I talked to you about it. I got to get surgery on my knee. I tore my meniscus. I have 8 children. 2 of them are going on 13. I have a wife that I'm separated from that I'm trying to work out situations with, but at the end of the day, she doesn't understand how to forgive, even though I've forgiven her for major shit that she's done. But when it comes to me, it's like you got alligator arms. So now when I don't got no funds coming in, or I'm in need majorly, you nickel and dime me, and you gotta ask me, what do you need it for? When you know my situation, not just her, but my kids. To me, my children feel like their mother done everything. They don't remember what dad did. Like my son, I just reached out to my son and said, bring me some waters, bring me this, bring me that, bring me that. He said, is tomorrow okay? Well, was tomorrow okay when you needed me to pay that $1,400 for your rent? It wasn't okay then when you needed that 14 or you needed that 5 to go to your rent. So when you asking me for major money, and I say, and I nickel and dime y'all to respect your pocket, yo, give me $20, give me $30, pick this up, and you tell him asking your dad that you know his situation, yo, that's okay. You young scrappy, you 25 years old, you work at Walmart. So I'm saying pick some waters up and pick whatever odds and ends you can pick up. And I tell you, I don't have the funds to send you right now. You should, oh, I got you, Dad. And then when you come here, I'm giving you pretty much new pairs of sneakers. They take these, I'm not wearing these. You got a whole sneaker collection because I'm giving them to you, not because you do it for me, but because I want to see you look good. I want to see you look fresh to death. I'm not going to sit up here and keep these with me and they don't go do nothing but just go bad. So you look good with them, son.
So let me ask you this. All right. Forgiveness is one thing, but we're talking about, you know, people coming back around you without apologizing. So
okay, and I'm gonna give you that too.
Okay, so
when it comes to that, when people come and apologize to me, son, I get this shit from my mom, and I accept the apologies, humbly accept it. It takes a lot to make me say fuck you. I can't deal with you though. Like for instance, me and you have a history with me when I had to tell a person fuck you, Denny. It took me to see for him to get me to the point where he disrespected me so heinously that it went beyond comedy. It went personal. Because not only did he disrespect me to my face, he disrespected me on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I had to humble myself again.
He did
Hello?
That. He did that.
You know, I humbled myself when I seen him because I knew I was already going through a depression and a high strand thing. And it got to the point that I know that if I put my hands on this bull, he's not just getting the energy from the shit I'm giving him. He's getting the shit that everybody done done. It's just like when a white person called you nigga, you feel like you beating this boy up for the civil rights movement. It's everything. You beat him up when they did the Martin, Malcolm, Malcolm, Harriet, all of them. You want W.E.B. Du Bois, you get them for every fucking thing. You gonna feel every inch of his ass whooping. You ain't gonna do this to my ancestors. Not realizing you whooping his ass because he just called you a nigga. That's what I do. That's why I try to always tell people, yo, please don't let me give you this energy that you don't deserve. I don't want you to get this energy. Because if I give you the energy, it's going to go above and beyond the ass whooping that you deserve. And I'm going to end up at the alphabet places, and you're going to end up in intensive care. Because ICU guaranteed to be in ICU.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's the whole situation. You can apologize, and we can keep this, and I can keep accepting your apologize. There's certain people that I accept the apology, and then they go back and do the same thing. And that's the shit that I wish I didn't have in me. I wish I had. Sometimes I wish I had some of you in me, or some of my god brother in me, and some of my mom, and some of my other boys that can be like, you know what, fuck you, stay back, don't call me. There's no reason for me to exist in your life anymore. I wish I had that.
Well, you may have it in you, but you may need it to come out. But hold on a second, because we have another call on the line. Call up with the last number 6867. I want to make sure they get a chance to say what they.
No problem, son.
Call up with the last number 68. What's up, man? How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good, like a man should. How you feeling?
Feeling like a real man should, each and every day, no days off. What's up? What's on your mind?
Couple of thoughts on what we was talking about, because like I was in the chat and there's a lot of focus on God, and you know Jesus is an exemplary of forgiveness, right?
Yeah. But
the thing that the thing that I keep tripping over, like listening to, you know, the family give their testimony, is that if you believe in good people, you have to believe in bad people. like one cannot exist. Light cannot exist without darkness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand the idea where, you know, the New Testament is all about all of these messed up people who came to the Lord and the Lord forgave them and yada, yada, yada. Not the yada, yada, yada of the Bible, but just cut it short, you know what I mean? But the fact that you ain't getting is there was a whole bunch of other people who did not seek out the Lord, right? So to your point about apology and accepting the apology and yada, yada, and whatever. First of all, you got to understand that you fucked up. Your apology means nothing if you don't realize you fucked me, bro.
Well, see,
you know what I'm saying? So you just being this, oh, I feel bad about what happened. You feeling bad about what happened does not fix the situation.
Hold on. What about when they haven't acknowledged that they sorry about the situation? I'm talking about
yes.
Well, I'm talking about when they come back just trying to kick it.
I will make space for change behavior. If I see that over a good period of time, and maybe it's just like there's something. I've known people where they just can't get the words out, but they're doing everything else. And that's one thing. But to assume that you just saying it's this idea where, because this is a fundamentally Christian idea. Mm-hmm. Hello?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, this is a fundamentally Christian idea where no matter how fucked up you are, if you just come and declare, then I'm supposed to forgive you because you've chosen to declare it. Regardless of how you feel about it or what you say about it, I'm just supposed to accept what you're saying. And I disagree with that theory completely because I understand the same way that there are angels in this world, there are devils in this world. And there's nothing more charming than a devil. It's hard to be a good person. You know what I mean? They strung our Lord from a cross. You know what I mean? There was plenty of assholes running around that everybody liked, right? So to be a good person is very, very difficult. To just say that I apologize, that's just flattery. And that kind of thing, right? The thing where, like, I think there's a flaw in your argument, right? The flaw in your argument is you assume that because someone apologizes that they're showing contrition. I think that there's a good chance that the person apologizing is actually catering to your ego because you just want to see them take a knee, not realizing that nothing has fundamentally changed.
See, but that's why I think that it's not a good thing to just allow somebody to come and kick it with you after they shitted on you or hurt you or took aim at you or targeted you because they know it's going to be hard for them to gain any respect for you when you have it when they know that they can just waltz back in. You know what I mean? They can come back unannounced and they can do it without even, you know, checking their coat. You know what I mean?
But son, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say something that is not in the popular thought. Some people don't value respect. Again, there is good people and bad people. There are bad people that be like, yo, I just need to do this and say this and kind of get around these corners right here. And I could be back in a position where I can manipulate or use or abuse at least long enough. But I think that the theory of apology in itself, right, which is a very American principle, and I love the idea of contrition, being contrite, right?
Yeah.
But the thing with that is, listen to me. What I'm saying is, Jesus didn't forgive the people that didn't seek out Jesus. These people decided they're going to let go of what the fuck they were doing before. They were going to let go of the fucked up behavior, right? And decide to walk in some kind of righteousness. And in that walk of righteousness, they met the Lord. right? So if you're doing fucked up shit, right? If you scamming everybody and you're gonna come to me and be like, man, you my boy, I'm sorry to scam you. Why would I believe that if you're still a fucking scammer?
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
But I'm saying
with,
even if I acknowledge you as a scammer, you know, letting you back in without you having any type of emotional response or acknowledgement of what you've done actually makes me responsible for letting you back in.
Yeah, you've done it to yourself.
Like, I ain't give you no work. I ain't give you no work to do. You came and messed up the work.
At this point, and that's what I'm saying, it's because the nature of an apology a lot of times, right? Again, I do believe in good and evil. And the way evil, you ever seen that show, what is the show? The Devil's Advocate?
No,
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know the show.
Remember?
No, it wasn't the show, the movie.
But hold on, let me hold on. But hold on, I gotta tell y'all something. Y'all got 5 minutes tops. We out of here. So go ahead and finish that up, and then we gotta go.
What I'm saying is, an apology by itself ain't nothing. You gotta see for yourself that this person is at least trying or at least making changes towards being the type of person who won't do this shit again. Me fucking up and saying I'm sorry for fucking up and then fucking up again and then saying I'm sorry for fucking up. At that point, you become a co-conspirator in your own foolishness.
Well, I believe that. I believe that you have to take the same way that you want to indict somebody for messing you up. You got to take some type of responsibility for letting them come back time and time again. Like, I don't know. I mean, you know, if you want people to acknowledge your pain, how are you going to keep inviting the pain back? But I mean, people do it. I get it. I might have sympathy for you, empathy for you, whatever. But I'm at some point, probably around the first or second time, you know what I mean, you getting your hand slapped. I'm going to at least. I'm going to at the very least.
But I ain't trying to join him.
I'm going to at the very least discourage you from hurting me again. You know what I'm saying? Like, blocking your punches might not. Hold on. Blocking your punches might not be good enough. I might have to throw a few to discourage you. You know, sometimes you have to let people know they can't beat you, because then they'll act accordingly. You don't necessarily have to beat them. You have to let them know they can't beat you.
Yeah, you got to create an environment where you know you can't fuck with me like that, bro.
Well, and that what both of y'all are saying is understanding. But like I said to you, when you try to create that environment that they can't fuck with you no more, it can lead you down a dark path. And, you know, like I told you with me just a minute ago.
Again, the path of the righteous is lonely. The path of the righteous.
That's true, and I agree with what you just said. That both of y'all just said what I agree with. That sometimes when you allow a person to keep coming back to you, at some point in time you have to take responsibility for what you keep allowing to happen. So much respect for that comeback. You understand what I'm saying? And at the same token, you know, there's a cycle that I have to break with. Keep forgiving the person that hurts me and stop it. There has to be a cycle for that, because, you know,
Troy, can I offer this?
Yes.
Right? If okay, like if the house is fucked up, right?
Right.
And we going back and forth as to who is fucking up the house, right?
Right.
If a stranger walks through that door, they don't know who's in charge of why the house is fucked up. All they know is that the house is fucked up.
It's fucked up, right?
So you just gotta have to meet things. I mean, I try, and I'm not, I'm doing the best I can. But I try to meet things where the fuck they're at. And if it's fucked up and I'm in a fucked up situation, I have contributed to this thing being fucked up. True.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
True. You can't get any better responsibility.
I'm not going to be in a fucked up situation. And I'm not, I mean, it's one thing to find yourself in a fucked up situation. It's another thing to be in a fucked up situation.
Facts.
Yeah, like what you had said something earlier, son, when you said, if I keep going in my wallet and I give you chunks and chunks, at some point, if I give you a chunk if I give you like $1,000 something and stuff, and you don't give me that money back, at some point in time, I'm gonna say something to you, and it might be a response that you might not like. Like if I get somebody, if I lend you $20, $30, $40, I'm not gonna come and ask you for that back, because at the end of the day, I'll wait for you to bring that to me. But if I give you $1,000 or $1,400, $1,500, $1,800 or something like that, I'm gonna come back for that.
You know what's crazy about this life? You know what's crazy about this life? There's been more times when I needed $20 or $30 than I actually needed $1,000.
True.
Sometimes I need to get on the train. Sometimes I just need some.
You know the fucked up part about that, son? The fucked up part about that, son, and my man, is that even when the people that you've given hundreds and thousands of dollars to, make it difficult for you that when you come to them for something as petty as that. And I can see if it's your last or if you never gonna get a dime. But when you come to them, it's like you get the like you get the grunt. You hear the grunt, but not just in their voice, but in their text messages.
I would say that
you hear the grunt in their text
somebody that
messages.
you asked hundreds and thousands of dollars for, you only ask them for hundreds and thousands of dollars. Because if we have a relationship where I can give you $5,000 and you give me back my $5,000, right? Right. And then the next thing you come and ask me for $30. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It's better if you ask the man for $200 than to ask him for $30.
Maybe.
Right. Take that 30, do what you gotta do with the 30, try to flip that 150 left into something, but sometimes the thing is, it's hard to accept an apology from someone in a state of weakness. Because I don't know if you're apologizing because, hey man, I done fucked up. Or, hey man, I'm even more fucked up than the last time you saw me fucked up, and I'm just trying to get you for one more dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen, y'all. Listen. I appreciate everything y'all have to say, but I gotta take a bus to Botswana, and so I gotta go. Listen,
you an idiot, boy.
You know, listen. Y'all not gonna make me. I'm going to go catch the China bus to Botswana, and you know, it's gonna be. I'm gonna be gone for a minute. So, listen, I want to thank y'all both for calling in. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, and the transparency of your stories. I appreciate y'all.
I honestly think we need a part 2 on this conversation, bro, because a lot of people called in on this.
Well, you know, we'll always pick up somewhere along the way and take a little piece of this from other shows. So, you know, I mean, be there, be square. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good day.
All right, peace and love, bro.
All right, peace. All right, good stuff, man. I want to thank all of the callers. I want to thank all of the callers that called in today. Everybody who gave their input. I want to thank you for thank all of you for your insight. Appreciated you. Everybody in the chat, thanks for doing your thing. Let's do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here and let you good people get on with the rest of your Sunday. You know what I mean? I don't want to cut into your time before you have to go to work tomorrow. Yeah, some of y'all gotta go to work tonight. All right, we have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious April 6th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number 1 out the box, my girl Nicole Jackson. Action Nicole Jackson, happy birthday to you. And also comedian Kenny Ray Walker, and also William Pep Hatcher, Latanya Menifee, Tyrone Smith, Karen Harcum, April Dow, Sear Vitina Mills, Aries Daly, Tamika Champagne, Angela Lee, Leah Chanel Collier, my man Jay Matthews. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all the good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious audience. April 6th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, to rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, you can let them back in your space, in your sphere, in your life, and in your world if you want to. I mean, I don't think that there's anything wrong with asking for a little acknowledgement, a little apology, or whatever. And of course, it depends on the severity of the pain that was inflicted. But when somebody doesn't even acknowledge that they inflicted it, shoot, that's like acknowledging that you never felt it. And I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's cool. So what the Guan do? What the Guan do? Well, I'm going to do what's best for me. You're going to do what's best for you. When we come together, make sure that we get it right. Maybe it'll happen tonight. But I know one thing is right. I'm taking flight. I'm going to go where I got to go. Let my best side show. And you can stay down in the dumps if you want. But I ain't doing that shit for you. I won't front. I had to forgive myself for not forgiving myself, for not forgiving you. Fuck you. I'm going to say it again. I had to forgive myself for not forgiving myself, for not forgiving you. Yeah. And sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you have to forgive yourself for not being able to forgive somebody else. Because everybody ain't worth it. That's just on them. But that's something they got to deal with. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love you to death, resuscitate you, and love you right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, Monday, going into Tuesday, 2 a.m. Y'all know how we do it on the Daily Go Get 'Em Business Show. I want to thank y'all for coming through. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And I get back with y'all. Holla! Peace.